more than halfway through the fall, and of course that means another winter season is approaching.
Yeah, after below average snowfall last winter, we will get more use. The question is, will we get more use out of the snow blowers this time around, Jeff?
Hope not. Fox 43 meteorologists Andrea Michaels and Danielle Miller have the Weather Smart team's forecast for the winter.
Last winter came up short for snow lovers.
And we know you're wondering if we'll see more snow this time around in central PA.
But before we look ahead, let's look back at last season. We forecasted a milder winter with below average snow, mostly because of a La Niña for the third winter in a row.
And all of this panned out. But in the name of accountability, Harrisburg fell 10 inches below our 14 to 24 inch range. We knew December was going to be the best chance for a big storm. It didn't happen. This winter, the setup is different with the return of El Niño.
Although that usually means a warmer winter here, it doesn't always mean less snow. We've had two exceptionally snowy El Niño seasons in the last 20 years with almost 60 inches for Harrisburg. Don't expect a repeat.
During an El Niño season, the temperatures along the waters of the Central Pacific are warmer than average, unlike the cooler waters of last year's La Niña. And where you see the warmest water, that matters too. Our snowiest El Niños had cooler waters closest to the South American coast and far in the Western Pacific.
This time, warmer temperatures are spread all over, telling us nope. In fact, this El Niño could strengthen further and look more like the 1997 to 1998 season. It was one of the strongest and disappointed snow lovers. Harrisburg only got 10.5 inches of winter snow.
But there are a couple of other patterns that we looked at last year that could tip the scales away from that outcome. The Pacific Decadal Oscillation remains negative currently, which means cooler waters are located off of the west coast, and that brings cooler, more unsettled weather to the western U.S. In the eastern U.S., this allows for drier and milder conditions.
Now, history shows a shift could happen around late winter or spring. El Niño has often helped. However, scientists can't predict just yet when these shifts might happen. If so, colder air from Canada could better connect with storms from late January through February.
The polar vortex looks different too. When it's strong, cold air stays up north. We're expecting more breaks of cold air by early to mid-January, but they have to reach us. And that's where a shift in the Pacific Decadal Oscillation could help us out.
So putting it all together, we think this winter is going to be milder again with more snow than last year. However, snowfall totals fall slightly below average. Here's what it looks like when we put some numbers on it.
We're forecasting a seasonal average temperature 1 to 3 degrees above average, mostly because of December through early January.
February is going to be our wild card month and brings hope for a major snowstorm or two. We are forecasting 17 to 27 inches of snow. We're banking on those cold bursts of air connecting with more storms so we can play catch up.
And we don't think there's a big difference in totals across our area like last year. We're going to make some bold predictions of 25 inches for Harrisburg. Since Lewistown is to the northwest and usually a little bit colder, we're saying 27 inches. We think Lancaster looks similar to Harrisburg as well, with a bold prediction of 24 inches of snow.
Also worth noting that if this El Niño turns into a strong one and February underperforms, we will fall below these projections. But we'll hold ourselves accountable and check back in to see how we did.
And regardless of the outcome, you can count on the Fox 43 Weather Smart team to keep you safe and prepared this winter season.